Welcome everybody to the main event. This is episode 165, and we're going to talk today about the responses that everybody submitted to the Big Al Big AI challenge, and that is prompting emotions. So we've got a lot of entries. We got actually 16 things that we're going to look at today. Many of the people that created them are here and can talk about it. But I'm going to go over the news very quickly. I guess 7 things I've listed there. News items I have, a number of them are from our friends who have posted some interesting things. Tridib Ghosh has a step-by-step explanation of how to create a 3D world with that new product that's out from World Labs. There's an AI video there that has nothing to do with the news, but it's just too funny to not show it to you. It's a video that mixes Pawn Star with Star Wars. That's there. Higgsfield plugins now available in Adobe Premiere and After Effects. 11 Labs launches Music V2 and raises the bar for AI. Our friend Israel has a post detailing his method for directing fauna in flora. Our friend and humorist Harriet Moser had a post saying that she finds Google Omni not very omni, at least not in Europe, but you got to watch her Banana Cat video. That alone is worth watching. And the last thing that I've posted, it may or may not be of interest to you, but my friend Christian Ortiz, who I've talked about before, who's been on, and he's the one that has the Justice GPT app that he developed. And he has written a very detailed and interesting look at Pope Leo's new encyclical that talks about controls that are needed for AI and on other aspects of current situation. Very interesting approach and well worth reading. It's fairly lengthy, but I think it's something that is worth your time. So Mark and Don are here. That's great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show things in the order in which they were posted. This is from Daniel Romano. And he sent this, I think was a very interesting approach that he was taking. What he's talking about is emotional numbness. And what he's talking about is, sometimes people see people who are stalwart and always seem to be under control as being, somebody that knows what they're doing. He's talking about it as something that happens when you start putting up barriers and protecting yourself. As usual, his is very visual oriented. He's talking about things that are being destroyed, things that are being representative of this closing off things. Glenn, you liked it? Barbara, you liked it? Any comments?
Hey, Big Al. I mean, he's incredibly consistent in his themes and his work. I mean, it's so, the minute from frame one, I kind of know it's his work. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's very consistent. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that you're right, Glenn. I think that he's very consistent. I actually have included a second thing from him that I thought was a wonderful thing about emotions. And we'll be looking at that in a little while, but we'll look at things in the order in which they were shared.
I would offer that with his work, it's a combination of the visuals, but also the his posts where he talks about the visuals, and there's a lot of depth. He thinks it's pretty grounded in, I guess, some fundamentals around human nature that he'll bring out. And so he'll talk about it in the post, and that usually is
Yeah.
as interesting as the audio visual that's
Yeah.
presented.
Since he usually writes something quite lengthy, my suggestion is that you take a look at it and read it, because I don't feel we have the time to go through all of it. But
Yeah, I
it's
understand.
basically a summary of what he did. Now we'll take a look at the next thing, which happens to be my entry. Mine, of course, is amusement, amused from a kid's perspective.
I can have fun all by myself. It doesn't take much. Making faces in the mirror, puddle stomping in the rain. I like to whistle a happy tune about such and such. I can act very silly as if I was insane. I can amuse myself, I'll bet you can do the same. But I think it would be much more fun if together we played this game. I can pretend I'm a tightrope walker. I can make faces like a fish is kissing. I can be a very, very fast talker. Come try, see what you've been missing. I can amuse myself, I'll bet you can do the same. But I think it would be much more fun if together we played this game.
I can talk very, very fast. Look how fast I can talk. I'll bet you can't talk this fast. I can even spell very, very fast. CATDOGFISH. Go ahead. See if you can talk as fast as me. Go ahead and try. Go ahead and try. Bet you can't. Hee hee.
I can amuse myself, I'll bet you can do the same. But I think it would be much more fun if together we played this game.
I want to just share a couple things about this thing. One is I really look like going into the studying what little kids do, and like the little 3-year-old boy who's doing a somersault. He obviously is not capable of doing a somersault, but he thinks he did it, and he's really happy about it. When we're talking about whistling a happy tune, we see this 5-year-old girl, and she only whistles one note, but you see how happy she is because she whistled that one note, because she's learned how to whistle. What she hasn't learned how to do is hopscotch, but she knows she hops through things. She just doesn't know where you put your feet or anything, but she's hopping through, and she's pleased with it. The other thing that I wanted to mention from a technical standpoint is the fact that voice sync programs have no understanding whatsoever about what whistling is. They understand word formation, but they don't understand what people do when they whistle. So the solution to that was acting. And here's what I did. I made this video.
It's the thing I kept thinking as I was watching is this is a grandpa who did this. I don't know how many grandchildren you have, but you're
Well, you
probably
saw them, but also, besides being a grandpa, it's also the results of somebody who's never really grown up. Anyway, let's move on and look at some more stuff. Harriet has created this music video dancing thing with neat art style. called So Sad. So sad that the only thing that can subdue the sadness is ice cream.
I woke up this morning and my toast was slightly burnt. It's a lesson in tragedy I never should have learned. Then I saw a puppy, but he didn't look at me. Now I'm drowning in the sorrow of my own self-pity. I dropped a piece of cheese on the kitchen floor. Life is just a hallway with a giant closing door. I'm so sad, I'm tragically blue. I've got the kind of heartbreak only ice cream can subdue. The Wi-Fi's down to 2 bars, the sky is slightly gray. I'm the protagonist of a very bad indie play. Woe is me, past the tissues and the tea. I'm as miserable as a human being can be. I looked into the mirror and I had a tiny blemish. My dreams of being a supermodel are starting to diminish. I reached for the remote, but it was 2 feet out of reach. Now I'm sobbing like a castaway on a lonely sandy beach. I checked my bank account, it didn't have a million. My internal emotional state is basically civilian. Oh, I'm so sad, I'm tragically blue. I've got the kind of heartbreak only ice cream can subdue. The Wi-Fi's down to 2 bars, the sky is slightly gray. I'm the protagonist of a very bad indie play. Woe is me, past the tissues and the tea. I'm as miserable as a human being can be. Is it the moon? Is it the stars? Is it the fact that I can't find my favorite candy bars? The world is a cold place, the sun is way too bright. I'm gonna stay in bed and complain until it's night. So sad, devastated by this mild inconvenience. Everything is terrible. Wait, is that ice cream? I think I'm okay now.
Love it, Harriet.
Thank you. It was a bit long. Sorry about that.
No, fun watching every bit of it.
Thanks.
So,
Yeah, a little bit of silliness as usual.
you're notorious for that, and I'm very happy about that. You've got a great sense of humor. Linda,
I'm just, every time I see a video of yours, I am just enthralled by the dancing. I have no idea how you manage it, but it is always just on target. I mean, you know, it's the same kind of music, but you just really nail it. Are you magic or something? I mean, how do you do this?
It's not magic, no.
well, one
I'd
thing
say it's a little, sorry.
Go ahead.
what I do is what helps is Google Gemini can analyze audio files, so that helps me get the rhythm right. So I usually upload the audio file and tell Google Gemini to analyze this audio and give me a prompt with the correct BPM. Doesn't always work, but it helps. Yeah.
That's brilliant. It's really just stunning. Every time I just get so happy when I watch them consistently. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark?
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent music video, Harriet. I'm trying to think back. Was this the one that the emotion was it's a Portuguese term, saudade, if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
mentioned that. Yeah. I think I know what you mean, but I think saudade means you're missing something, no? So I'm not sure if I understood you right there.
Yeah,
It's the feeling of absence, no?
Yeah, it's a mood, and years ago I used
Yeah.
to work with Brazilian consultants, and they said, yeah, because unless you grow up in a Portugal or Brazil, there's no way you can understand it. It doesn't translate, which
Yes,
I get, but
saudade. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think you capture that kind of mood if that was your intention. But that's what came to mind, for sure, when I watched this video. So I think that's really neat.
I wanted these men to feel very, very sorry for themselves. So it was maybe it
Yeah,
was
they did,
going in
but
that direction.
yeah, and I'm glad that ice cream wasn't the antidote, not a bottle of pills or bottle of alcohol or something. So I think that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes, Glenn.
I love it, Harriet, as I do all your work. That's just a general comment, but I'm wondering, when you go into any project that you do, again, you're so incredibly consistent. Do you always try to keep a light attitude towards it, or is that just who you are as a person, which I'm guessing it is?
Well, my mother's English, so the British sense of humor comes from there. And then my father is Swiss, so I guess that's where I get my, I like minimalism, straight to the point. So I think it's a mix of those two.
Well,
And
it's a great
I
mix.
think,
I mean, you've taken the best of both worlds, so good for you.
and I used to be a real news junkie, and I just can't face it at the moment. And I just try to lighten up the world a little bit with my silliness. I mean, the lyrics make no sense. But yeah, my husband, he's a software developer. He builds drones, and he has to travel to the Ukraine. So the war is nearer than you think sometimes. So,
Wow.
and it just depresses me. And and my AI creations are for me some sort of escape into some fun, silly, funny world. Yeah.
Well, Harriet, I do think that not only does it do it for you, but it does it for us. So
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you.
And the other good news is that on the 12th of June, Harriet will be joining me and Laurie Mazer to talk about making music. That should be a very interesting session, and looking forward to that a great deal, Harriet.
Yeah, looking forward to that too. It's been a year exactly since my last time, since you first invited me.
Well, and just think of what you've done in a year, boy.
Yeah, unbelievable.
You're going great guns. This one is from Bloombauer, and it's just a still image, but the thing that is so neat about this is she has come up with a name for what she calls cougar puberty, which you got to read this long thing. It's well worth looking at, but basically she's talking about all the things the emotions that women go through as their estrogen levels change. Very funny. One paragraph here. Last Tuesday, I stood in my kitchen fully engaged because the paper towel roll had been placed next to the holder. not on the holder, one simple step further, next to it, on the bare counter, sitting there like a little trophy of chaos, mocking me. Wonderful, wonderful read, wonderful writing. The next one is from Esther Jaggi Aby, I guess would be how you pronounce it, devoted to serenity.
Just breathe. Silence drifting through the sea tonight. Silver waves beneath the fading light. And the shadows dancing soft and slow in the calm blue depths far below. Breathe in, breathe out. Every ripple gently clears my mind, leaving all the noise of life behind. Ocean breathing in a steady flow, teaching restless hearts to let things go. One deep breath, one endless tide, nothing left to fear inside. Serenity washing over me, deep beneath the endless sea, where the soul can finally breathe free. Serenity floating endlessly, manta rays in harmony, like the ocean singing back to me. Today, serenity, soft as memory, blue horizons calling me through the quiet waves eternally. Serenity, that is where I wanna be. Manta rays in gentle streams, carrying me through silent dreams. Breathe. Ocean below. Serenity. Serenity. Serenity.
Amazingly beautiful.
Heartwarming.
She said that the inspiration for this was that she had gone scuba diving with manta rays, and that was the inspiration for it. I just want to mention a couple things technically in the thing that is amazing about the reality of what we can do today. Though I saw a few little glitches in the mouth structure of some of the manta ray images, the thing that I thought was fantastic was the walking along the beach and her feet going down in the sand and the water running back into the footprints as she walks along. That is phenomenal that was able to be done with AI. We surely couldn't have done that very couple of months ago. Comments, anybody?
I agree. Amazing stuff.
Yep, absolutely. Glenn?
You know what I really appreciate it. There were so many things, but you know, so much of the work that I see, I'm sure you see it too, Big Al, is hyper action and a lot of fast moving things, and this just stands out because it doesn't need any of that, right? There was something nice about the slow pacing and just the gentleness of the bubbles and you know, the underwater imagery and even the song choice. I just think it stands out in a bit of all this hyper rush stuff that I see a lot of energy and fighting and again, some of that stuff I really appreciate and like too, but there's so much of it. I think we need more of this just to counterbalance it.
Yeah, it's really wonderful what some people are producing, and the thing that I have been so pleased about with this prompting emotions challenge is the individuality of what people are producing. It's just very impressive. I'm very glad that we did this particular challenge. Let's move on. This is Deanna Leonard. And Deanna Leonard is, she says this one might be off-brand for me, but it's on brand for my legacy. Another thing worth reading about, but the subject is endurance.
It stopped.
We came from the river bend with our hands in the cold blue dawn, carrying prayers like woven reeds for the life that would travel on. Shasta Valley on our tongues, a mountain name held in our care, where water meets the waiting land. We remember what was there. Sacred water, sacred life, that is the oldest vow. What was taken calls us still to return and tend it now. Solomon, Sol Suhana, sacred water, sacred life. Solomon, Sol Suhana, we keep the flame alive. We keep the flame alive. The salmon came through stone and foam, past the roar of falling whites, and our women walked the river road with baskets in the morning light. They lifted silver through the spray to the colder waters high, lit fires down along the bank so the upstream ones would find. Sacred water, sacred life, that is the oldest vow. What was taken calls us still to return intended now. Solomon, Sol Suhana, sacred water, sacred life. Solomon,
was taken from us. River Village song in place. Still we speak for what was given. Still we guard that holy trace. Heaven gave us our own voice, so we speak for salmon now. Not as memory alone, but as promise here and now. Soul man.
What a powerful talent she is.
Mm-hmm. True.
I think the first of all the artwork is just gorgeous stuff, but the impact of having a still image and then it becomes active is just a wonderful, wonderful presentation. Yes, Teresa.
Hi, Big Al. I just wanted to share some good news about Deanna. I don't think she will mind if I share, but she had just made the video for you. And right at that exact moment, she got contacted by a gallery, I think in New York, where she had shown the year before. And so she shared it with them. So she's going to share it in that gallery and have a solo show. So your challenge has created this new opportunity for her.
That's great.
Well, certainly well deserved. Just phenomenal talent and just beautiful work there. Anyone else before we go on?
Also, it's about her great-grandmother.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. Yes, yeah, I forgot about their Indian heritage.
Yeah, I posted it in, yeah. Wintu.
Say that again, Harriet.
I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right. A Wintu.
Oh.
My great grandmother was a Wintu woman. Oh, Teresa, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Linda, did you want to say something?
Oh, I just, when I think her videos, the visual is so beautiful, but then I think in this one, her music definitely surpassed the visuals. It's rare that you actually find that the music is really carrying the whole thing, and that's really hard to do. She did a wonderful job.
Oh, absolutely. Let's move on here. Lisa, you're up next. This was a fun video about baby food emotions. Love it, Lisa.
Thanks, Al. Well, first I was going to say sometimes these stump me and I have to wait for an idea. It usually takes a week or two for something to come to mind. And I want to say, I think I've also been inspired by both yours, Al, and Daniel's early submissions, and that, something sparks. Not that I copy them. Your kids almost reminded me of a Norman Rockefeller style. Um, so the little redhead baby reminds me of my Oops brother, who's 21 years younger than me. So I got to experience him more as an adult, the little redhead baby. And we always had, dogs, of course, that sit underneath the table for scraps. Uh, so usually what I do is wait for an idea, and I think I have something. I use Claude instead of ChatGPT, and then I usually mash that up. So for Message to the Future, I used it to test Vilva Workflows platform for Twitter. Pated was the first access I had long awaited to Dance, and I used frames. And then for this one, emotions, Imagine Art Film Studios beta, and I wanted in the release of ChatGPT 2. I'm confused whether it's 2 or 4. Either way. So I used the film studio and the new ChatGPT storyboard to Dance 2 process for that. So my approach is kind of, not that I don't have kind of a definitive style, and I don't come from a film background, which I wanted to mention. I went back and watched last Friday's episode on YouTube from the filmmaker. What's his name, Al? Last Friday's guest.
The film guy, Ronnie Barana.
Yes, thank you. So I found that really interesting because I don't have a film background, and I can't stand long format. So you'll find that, I'm just kind of studying and playing with storytelling and short pieces. And I really respect people that don't have ADHD like I have, that can, focus on longer projects. That's it. That's really all I have.
No, it was very cute and I think well done.
Thank you.
And certainly something that anybody who's had a 1-year-old, the ideal birthday cake for any 1-year-old, and it certainly was for all of my 6 sons, was a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting, because then the pictures of all of the mess all over them is worth showing to their first girlfriends. Anybody else have a comment before we move on?
I love the smashing of the food. Just because how many times have we not seen that in real life? It's fantastic.
I agree with all the kids' choices anyway. Broccoli is a no-go.
What we have here now is the second one from Daniel Romano. And this one is something that is very well done and poignant, about an alien sent to determine whether humanity was dangerous or not.
Home base to ship. Assess the human threat. Now!
Humans were examined as a danger to the galaxy. At present, they remain bound to their planet. However, several behavioral patterns were identified.
Proceed, Zahava. Assess the danger to the galactic community.
Humans store emotional pain inside their bodies. Humans dwell inside their own minds. They have no inner peace, so they create war.
Is conflict part of their biological design?
I no longer think so. But their oldest leaders send their own young people to die in wars.
Your final assessment, Zahava.
They are extremely dangerous to themselves.
Probably one of the most powerful things Daniel's done. Comments, anyone?
I would offer it's very well done, and it's broadening into commentary on human nature, society, and so forth. So I think that's part of what makes it powerful. There was a lot of emotion, particularly in the first part, in the Zahara was the name of the character, in her face.
Yeah.
As she talked while viewing the screen. So it's subtle in a lot of ways, which sometimes makes portraying emotion even more powerful, because part of it, I think, is subconscious to some degree. But it's definitely there if you look for it. And I think he did a really nice job with that.
Even more relevant is the fact that he lives in Israel
Yeah,
and the war going on right now.
I always have that in mind when I look at some of his material.
You know,
Hey, Big Al, is he still living in a bunker? Would you know?
they
I don't.
they have bunkers at the airport where he works actually at the airport. So occasionally he has to go into now. You know, they're back at attacking again now. Both the United States and Israel
Yeah.
are doing attacks. So I would imagine that they're getting more things thrown at them.
He works in the bunker doing his videos.
Yeah, that I knew. I wasn't sure if he's living there full time and working. I wasn't sure if it's what combination or what's happened since he said that the last time. It was a few months ago, I think.
It's amazing though, because like it makes me feel like I have no excuse for not doing my work.
That's a good
Well,
point.
the last thing, he wasn't sure whether he was going to be able to get it finished because they were in the real throes of the conflict at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else we have here. Barbara, yours is coming up next. This is
Short, I want to say.
emotional residue. What's that?
As this is very short compared to all the other one that I've seen so far.
Yeah, but it has depth to it. Emotional residue, nostalgia, and memories, the invisible beginning of love. It doesn't have to be long to make its point, Barbara. I think it's
Yeah.
well done.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Linda?
It reminds me of a French film. It is just lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to channel Italy, but yeah, I think I did it. In the 1990s. It was a memory, and I suppose it happens to me quite often that I see little sections or smells and reminds me of a time that is no longer there. So that's where the whole term saudade comes to mind. It's not exactly a a regret as such or a nostalgia. It's like the awareness of the time that has passed and the maturity that you have now and how you would have been. You are aware now of the beauty of what has happened to you. And that could be anything from, a child walking to the song that you hear, or just a memory of a young love. It's that kind of emotion, it's that kind of feeling that I was trying to portray. I've chosen love, and of course that song, which is one of my favorite of all time. So yeah.
Teresa?
I agree with you. And when I saw it, it reminded me of things I have been through, and more importantly, how my son is now going through that. And so kind of like the journey
Yeah.
between, how he came about and also what he's doing. And it was a great connection, and I really loved it. Thank you.
I'm glad.
Okay, well, Inspired Spitfire, you're up next. Somehow or other, I just knew that your subject would be defiance. This is very symbolic, masterfully done. Just watch it again. Tell us about it, Inspired Spitfire.
It started with an image I created for a challenge back in March that I just sat on. I do it all the time. I create something and then I'm like, oh, it's not good enough, so nobody ever sees it. But I don't know. There was something about it that I liked. And then uh, there was another theme that had kind of I thought tied into it to where I just kind of ended up where I was at. And I think it was kind of symbolic of it gets to a certain point where you can feel like you're the scenery in your own life, but you're not the background. You're what keeps everything running. So I don't know, kind of daring to still blossom and bloom and be yourself, even when the world kind of sees you just as scenery.
Yeah. Glenn?
I think it was fantastic. I'm just curious why you think it wasn't good enough. I don't quite understand that. What was it? What's the hiccup? What's getting in the way? I mean, I don't know what the other challenge was exactly. Maybe I misheard you.
Oh, it was a like Earth Day challenge. And honestly, it's me overthinking it, being my own worst critic, just overthinking everything. So it's me getting in my own way.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot of people like that in this call. I'm suspecting. I know I am, but I'm guessing any creative is.
Yeah, I mean, admit like I'm very hard on myself, and where I am absolutely forgiving of other people. I don't accept it for myself. So just being my own worst critic, I am always I don't know, I guess as creatives, when we put our work out there, we're putting a piece of ourselves out there, and sometimes that can be scary. So, feeling like you're not good enough or you don't measure up. And I think those of us that are ADHD and, we've grown up hearing that we're too much or not enough or too loud or just too a lot of things, but it comes down to just being not good enough. And so we hear that for, years on end. And as adults, and especially as creatives, that can definitely have an impact, just, I guess, on our confidence as creatives.
I was going to say, those feelings are things that were instilled in you when you were younger, and I didn't even know what you were just about to say. That is very, very typical, and it's very hard for. One of the things that we do in the Weird Ones group on Thursday, every last Friday of the or last Thursday of the month, we have a bragging session, and it is very difficult for people to brag about themselves, to talk about something that's good, something that they're doing currently that they feel good about, something that we have to overcome. We have to, I think, first of all, you're recognizing what the cause of those feelings is the first step. And the next step is to get to the point where you say, screw that. I'm going to, believe in myself, and I'm going to recognize all the good that I am doing. Mark?
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece. And Mandy, you're definitely not alone. I think all of us, I'm not sure about all of us, but at least speaking for myself, so one evening, and maybe I'm in a particular mood and I want to express myself and I'll create something. Usually it's Midjourney. and I like it, and I think, oh, maybe I should post this, but nah, I don't want. I don't think people are gonna be interested. So I'll save it and set it off, save it off, and but I might revisit it 3 months later, and my mood has changed from whatever it was that evening to what it is at when I come back to revisit it. It's like, and would decide to post it and maybe add a write-up about it as well. So I don't think it's necessarily a concern to create something and not post it, but come back. It might come back to it days or weeks or months later, and being in a different state of mind because of the passage of time can be the difference. So creating art can be timeless, and creating it is one moment of time, and then posting it to share with others and talk about it in the post and so forth is another instant in time. So yeah, bravo to you, because I'm really glad that you did take that image, created a video out of it, and shared it. It's really nice.
And it communicates. It definitely does. All right, I'm going to go on now to Christopher Ciccarello. I don't know how many of you know Christopher in Germany, but he is a bit of a character, has certain interests that are, I don't know, a little, just to say they're a little bit different. But, watch this. This is about universal equilibrium, or dualism, is how he has positioned this.
That's interesting. I love his stuff. I absolutely adore what he's doing. And yes, it is different. And I love the fact that it is different. He's completely thinking outside the box, and he breaks boundaries. And I really like his stuff. I really do.
He has a certain dark side.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, we respect individuals be who they are and what makes them unique. And again, the thing that impresses me about most of you people are doing is you're bringing yourself into these things. That is, you'll find at the end of this that is one of the goals of next month's Big Al Big AI Challenge. Let's keep going here. Linda Cathcart, you're coming up here.
I knew the brand of every soap. I knew whose shirts were whose. I held the details in my head. Nobody had a clue. I thought it was devotion. Turns out it was a job. I handed in my notice and surprised us both. The children left and took their noise. I looked across at him, thought for years down. Lord, I put that whole load down. Find your own toothpaste, pack your own bag. I just set the whole thing on the table, turned around and laughed. Nobody told me it would feel like getting myself back. No dentist, no dog food, no running out of milk. Just space where no containment lived, and focus on myself.
Well, Linda,
It's- There's a lot of emotion in that one.
I love
I
this.
haven't even shown it to my husband.
yeah, I
I'm
was
worried
just
he'll think
wondering.
I'm leaving.
I was wondering how.
I was wondering too.
I was wondering
You
how
know,
personal
it's-
this was.
There's a real there's a point where you hit a certain age and you realize that you're kind of carrying a whole lot of mental load all the time. And I think that's what I was thinking about, how exhausting that can be, just carrying it, and frustration that it's very hard to articulate what it is. And I was trying to articulate what mental load was and how much, after maybe seems like drips drops of water over 30 years, but it can make quite a dent in you.
Wow, Linda, that was fantastic. I loved it. Your characters are each one is so inspired. And I particularly really love that music. Did you do that with Suno or some other
Yeah,
program?
it took a while to figure out exactly what genre, and I ended up in the lane of New Orleans funeral march.
Yeah, it was perfect.
And I thought, gosh, that's like a celebration and a close at the same time.
That was brilliant. Thank you so much. I loved it.
I love the faces some of these turned out. The second woman who just stares at the camera, she's moving because you can see the flowers jiggle a little bit, so it's not as still. And then the one with the frizzy hair that just sets everything down and then goes back and grabs one set and leaves.
Yep.
It was about 2 o'clock in the morning and I was making myself laugh.
That was
My
very-
husband thinks I'm crazy,
That was
but
very funny. I assume those were Mid-Journey character images?
yeah, I really love what I can get from there in the detail. And
Yep.
truthfully, even the animation, some of it's Mid-Journey because I can just get so much clarity in those tiny little facial movements and the partially closed eyes. And yeah.
Well, that's great that you were able to get subtlety. A lot of times when I use Mid-Journey animation, it over animates things a lot, and I have to do a lot of re-rolls. Simplify, simplify, simplify it. Like it wants to overperform a lot. So the fact that you were able to achieve that subtlety is great.
Maybe it's used to me. I have a lot of, I'll tell you, if I had unlimited funds, I'd probably almost always use Midjourney for most things. Because it's just, when I work with it, it seems to just understand that I like just the little strange quirks that come out. Yeah, it might just be our relationship.
Well, you have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Linda, it shows how much fun that you had, regardless of whether it was 2 or 3 in the morning. It's pretty obvious that you were enjoying yourself.
It really is. It has. It's made. I turned 60 yesterday, and
Oh,
thought
happy
about.
birthday.
Oh, thank you. But I thought
Congrats.
about. It's a huge number, and I thought about what is my life like now compared to when I was 50, and doing this has made me so happy. It's been a combination of getting to be creative again. I've got like 30
Yeah.
years of clogged up creativity raising children, and then the people. I just feel so very lucky. This is like Camelot for me. I hope it lasts for a while.
It will.
It's terrific, and it was a good release for you as well to do that. I do want to hear what your husband thinks when you show it to him.
I usually show him everything I do, and I didn't show him this. I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
Well, tell him it was meant to be humorous.
I don't think it's a surprise. You're married long enough, you talk about everything. And I'm sure he's got plenty of things he could make videos about me. So.
Speaking of that, I did run out of milk today, but we will move on now. I asked Tiana Zhu if we could show his recent post, because he's examining various programs. I think there's 7 different programs here, examining how well each of them do in prompting emotions. So that's why we included this, and it's very interesting and very fun.
I waited an hour for this? Okay, not too bad. Wait, this pasta just changed my life. I waited an hour for this? Okay, not too bad. Wait, this pasta just changed my life. I waited an hour for this? Okay, not too bad. Wait, this pasta just changed my life. I waited an hour for this? Okay, not too bad. Wait, this pasta just changed my life. I waited an hour for this? Okay, not too bad. I waited an hour for this? Okay, that's... Hey, this pasta just changed my life. I waited an hour for this?
Okay, not too bad.
Wait, this pasta just changed my life.
Very funny man. Got a good one coming up next. Glenn Batkin himself. The Batkin. This is Glenn's belonging.
We spend so much of life trying to explain who we are. Maybe belonging isn't finding someone who removes your mask. It's finding the one who recognizes you with it on.
The deeply creative and deeply philosophical Glenn Batkin.
Can I record you saying that, Al, for my posterity, or whatever it's called?
You wanted etched. You want what you just said, etched in marble.
Glenn, I'm going to have to cut the sound off of this, because It's got copyrighted music, and it will not be able to be seen in other parts of the world with that being in it on YouTube. So what I will do is we will mention that the Rainbow Connection is the music that is played there, and I will put captions over the video so that people know what's going on during the thing.
Oh, sure. Yeah, understood.
Alrighty. Yes, Linda.
Glenn, you always seem to know the length that a cut should be. I think that's one of the hardest things for me to understand.
Sì,
And
ma
you,
no.
you always get that just perfect, like just long enough that you can savor it, but not too much that you're wishing for the scene to change. You do a lovely job.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I don't think that's not an intuitive thing for me. So I'm endlessly working on literally that. You know, is it too long? Is it too short? And
I
then
can tell. It's beautiful.
Wherever I end up, that's, you know, like you run out of time at some point because you're posting.
If it's perfect, you'll never post.
True.
And how many people do you know would include a scene where a woman is puking in the toilet, you know?
But it's real life, though, isn't it, Al?
Yeah, it is, and that's what's so neat about every one of these scenes. They're just everyday occurrences, and we can relate to every single scene in the thing. So thank you, Glenn. All right, we're going to go on with another one that I invited to be a part of this because I thought it was a wonderful experiment in emotion. This is something that Alessandra Balzani created. She said that can AI really manifest emotions? And so this was her experimenting to do this.
Come here. We are alone in the world, but we have our love. We can do it, Jack.
We are alone in the world, but we have our love. We can do it, Jack.
We are alone in the world, but we have our love. We can do it, Jack. Jack, stay with me. You are my family.
Well, it not only shows emotion, but it's a tearjerker, isn't it?
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Now, this is going to be a great deal of fun. Another one that people can relate to. Don Merkley came through once again. I just love this one. He has named a emotion that dogs experience called zoomy. So dedicated to your dog, huh, Don?
Yeah, he's a crazy one. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thinking about emotion and if you have a dog, if you've ever seen a dog at a park or something that just starts doing that, it just goes wild, you can't help but think that they're just having the time of their lives. And it makes you happy, makes you smile. So I thought that was a great emotion to try to capture. And thinking about it, I played around with, trying to stylize it, maybe do it as a cartoon or a caricature or something. And ultimately, it just felt better to try to make it look real, which I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, is a lot less forgiving in terms of AI looking real. Than if you do it as a cartoon or a character, something that's you kind of forgive yourself for things that don't look real when you're doing it in a stylized manner. So anyhow, that was the biggest challenge for me was trying to keep it looking real through those various scenes, and the whole idea of the dog. This was all his dream. It was just fun. I liked it.
That was great. And once again, footprints in the wet sand. That is another one with that, which looked terrific and believable. Now we have one that I haven't seen because Isa just posted this. So we'll take a look at hers, and then Vesica will take a look at yours. Nostalgia.
People drive past me now and see an old abandoned house, a forgotten place, a tired little blue house slowly disappearing into the weeds. But I remember when this was Grandma's house, and once I was the center of an entire world. Every morning began with bird songs. The peach tree stretched its branches across the yard like protective arms. The parakeets came and went with the seasons, filling the air with chatter. And Grandma, she knew every flower by name. Those were my glory days, fresh paint, warm summer afternoons. The smell of peach cobbler drifting from the kitchen. The screen door never stopped opening and closing. Always another grandchild arriving. Always another adventure beginning. I held birthdays, Sunday dinners, holiday celebrations. I listened to stories told 100 times. Every room echoed with life. Every wall absorbed another memory. I thought it would last forever. But forever is shorter than anyone realizes. The grandchildren grew up. The visits became less frequent. The screen door stopped opening. The garden slowly surrendered to time. And one day, nobody came back. I miss the laughter. I miss the footsteps. And most of all, I miss Grandma. But when the wind moves through the trees, I can still hear them. The children, the birds, the screen door, the life we shared here. People see an abandoned house. I see a lifetime. And for a moment, if you listen carefully, you might hear it too.
That is phenomenal. Isa, you outdid yourself on that one.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's kind of a personal story because my grandmother's blue house, and also the reason there's so many parakeets is because when I was little and I was visiting her, I was probably 7 or 8. I opened up the cage and that little blue parakeet flew away. So I just imagine it having just babies all over the place and having parakeets. That's why it's kind of a symbolic. But that is my voice. If you recognize it, I did it in Suno. I sampled it and then I wrote a little mini script and did a great job of just using my tone. I thought that was kind of interesting. That's a nice little experiment.
Yeah, very nicely done. People, any comments? Okay, Vesica, I'm going to let you share your screen to show yours, okay? And when you share your screen, push those 2 little buttons, one for sound and screen out.
You know, I put it in the chat. I just have 2 images. It's really no big thing. I'm happy to let everybody go. It's you know, after all this beautiful work we have seen, I don't think it's necessary.
Whereabouts in the chat is it? There's a lot of comments here.
I want to see it, Vesica.
So share.
Yeah.
So this is 1.
Okay.
And then this is 2. And the emotion is armored or entombment. And the sentiment is basically that, I tried to animate it, but it didn't, there was some hiccups. But like we get so used to our armoring that we take on like early on in our life, and at some point it's becomes part of who we are, and it's all encrusted, and we kind of disappear behind it, so that's the sentiment.
Well, it works, and the concept is there, and it's beautifully illustrated, so it doesn't have to be a video to fit the criteria here, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, it's time to talk about the June challenge. What I want to tell you is what inspired this was I was thinking about the fact that it's going to be June, and it's time when people start to go on vacation, or if you're over in Europe on holiday. It reminded me of my mother. So I basically dedicate this challenge to the memory of my mother. My mother grew up during the Depression, and she had a rather difficult childhood. So I always understood that this was part of this, but my mother had a Sunday song, and she sang it every Sunday, and it was back in the kitchen fixing supper. We always had an early supper on Sundays. She was a big Bing Crosby fan, so this was one of Bing Crosby's many hits. Some of you are perhaps too young to know this song, but anyway, it was far away places with strange sounding names I want to see for myself. Those faraway places I've been reading about in a book that I took from a shelf. So the challenge is, if money and time was no object, where would you want to travel? Where's a place that you've always dreamed of going? And so the idea can be expressed another way, and that is, do you have the travel bug blues?
I got a map in my coat and dust on my shoes. I don't stay too long, that ain't my news. I chase new streets like a card sharp grin. If the road says stay, I just go again. I want the steam off a dumpling cart, the fire of spice on my tongue. Show me one more border, I ain't done. Travel bug, keep me moving on. Travel bug, till the day is gone. I want one more taste, one more place to know. Travel bug, let me go, let me go. I ate mango in a market hall by a river in June. I split hot soup with a stranger under a paper moon. I love strange fruit and a plate I can't name, but keep that Limburger stew. No thank, just the same. I want chili on my collar and sesame in the rain. If the next town calls my number, I'll answer again. Travel bug, keep me moving on. Travel bug, till the day is gone. I want one more taste, one more place to know. Travel bug, let me go, let me go. torchlight. I need a new sky, need one more wow before I say goodbye. Travel bug, keep me moving on. Travel bug, till the day is gone. I want one more taste, one more place to know. Travel bug, let me go, let me go.
So that's the challenge, folks. Where would you like to go? Where would you like to travel? And it could even be someplace fictitious, like going to Atlantis or whatever. The idea is to incorporate something of yourself in it, which, of course, something that makes these things work. Now, why did I do this Travel Bug Blues? When I was in college, I wanted, I thought that when I graduated from college, what I'd like to do is take a year, take my accordion, and go travel around the United States. And any place that I needed to get a little bit more money, I'd go play my accordion someplace. I never did that. So this was kind of a memory of nostalgia of looking back at that sort of idea that never happened, but always thought it would have been fun. So what do you think, folks? You like the challenge?
I like it.
Well, I think it'll be fun, and again, it's going to be something that'll be represent something personal about yourself. So I think that'll be fun. So it's building on, we started off with things like the time capsule, which was basically talking about the times that we're living in. And then the Bambi Twitter pated was one of talking about doing various shots and using some of the humor and some of the kind of shortcuts that keep the action moving. And then this one of prompting emotions, which again adds another layer to what you're creating. And now this one, much like most of you did the last time, it involves emotions and doing something personal, something related to something that you always thought would be terrific to do, but you never had a chance to do it. That is the almost 2-hour event. I am not going to take further time to go over what's coming up, but we do know that next week Mark is going to be with us, and we're going to have the pleasure of looking at his work and hearing more about him and what he's been doing. So, Mark, we're looking forward to that. Everybody, thank you, especially everybody here who was able to hang in and to the end. I will be posting online the challenge so that people will be able to see that video and what the challenge is for June. And as soon as I get through editing this video, I will post it on LinkedIn. People will be able to see it that haven't seen it yet today. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate your being here, and I appreciate all your contributions. They were terrific, and I'm so glad that you accepted the challenge and did the things that you did.
Thank you for such a fun time. Really appreciate it, Al. This is a great way to end the week.